runway 28 right, taxi via Alpha.
When you're playing traffic cop for airplanes across the nation.
United A27, Academy Ground Information, Julia, current advisor, we have it.
People like Matthew Schofield know you leave very little up in the air.
When I plugged in, I was the alpha male. I told planes where to go. That's what you have to do.
He spent decades as an air traffic controller.
And when you step in front of these controls, does it feel like home? Are you in your comfort zone?
It does make me smile, I'm not gonna lie. It can be hair-raising. It can be satisfying. It can be terrifying. Temperature's 24, dew point 23, altimeter 2986.
Schofield is no longer riding the highs and lows of time in the tower. His feet are firmly planted on solid ground in a classroom built to look like one at Nashua Community College in New Hampshire. That's where a team is gearing up to teach the next generation of controllers.
All the equipment you see in front of you, even the screens, is something that you would see in an air traffic tower. You have your frequency board, you have your weather indicators, your runway and taxiway light setups.
If it happens in real life, they can run the scenario here, training for everything from changes in weather to distractions on the runway.
You hit the red light, he goes around.
Even the whole communication system disappearing from their screens.
Here we're able to simulate it, stop it, talk about it. So God forbid this does happen in real life. Again, you got that tool in your box. Hopefully you use it.
It's a critical lesson at a time when mistakes and problems in the real world have put aviation safety under an intense microscope.
The fact is, an aging system poses an untenable risk to safety.
That scrutiny started in January with the deadly crash between a military helicopter and a commercial flight that killed 67 people at Washington, D.C.'s Reagan National. The tragedy shining a harsh spotlight on air traffic controller shortages that have plagued the system since the 1980s. And in the months since, a series of outages in major towers across the nation, including a 90-second blackout in Newark, are once again drawing attention to the system's dated technology.
Do you think that this is the tipping point?
This does appear to be the tipping point. The fact that we've lost those people needlessly. We've had all these meltdowns in not just one location. We can no longer kick the can down the road, as the saying goes. We need to sit and fix the problem.
They're issues John Golia knows have plagued the air traffic control system for decades. He saw them up close as a member of the National Transportation Safety Board, investigating aviation crashes. Now he's seeing them again, looking at the findings of our national investigation, which examined NTSB reports and data dating back to 2010.
Time to deal with it.
In that time frame, our team found the agency investigated at least 135 accidents or incidents where air traffic control was listed as a cause or contributing factor. Those include close calls as well as mid-air or runway collisions, at least 40 where people were killed.
But there's negligence on the part of many of the so-called leaders that have seen these problems and not addressed them.
Problems that have also been highlighted again and again in stunning reports to the Aviation Safety Reporting System, which allows pilots and air traffic controllers to confidentially log safety incidents with the government. In the last 15 years, our team found more than 18,000 reports involving air traffic control.
Does that number shock you?
Of course it does. We shouldn't have 1,800 in those years, never mind 18,000. Right? And that's just an indication of, A, the system is overloaded.
Pushed to its limits, as evidenced by recent stories we uncovered in the system. Pilots reporting being forgotten by air traffic control in busy traffic as they headed straight toward a mountain. A plane forced to go around seconds before landing after hearing another flight cleared for takeoff, with the tower asking, "I forget, did I clear you to land?" And a near collision between an air carrier crossing the runway and a landing plane forced to abort just 50 feet from touchdown. The controller reportedly working multiple positions at once. And it's not just those in the air sounding the alarm. Controllers have logged thousands of reports about incidents related to workload and faulty technology, including an incident involving a plane needing priority handling that couldn't get help because the controller says they didn't have the resources, calling out the unsafe working environment and mental health strains of the job. a situation involving problematic radar that led to a near collision that weighed heavily on a controller who wanted to leave sick but said there was no staffing to cover, saying management doesn't address the extreme stress and fatigue workers feel. And a controller blaming a total lack of radar in complicated airspace near Seattle for nearly causing a mid-air crash. Writing, "We are going to watch a lot of people die one day, and I hope I am not working when it happens."
It makes you emotional to think about it, the strain the system is under and the sacrifices these people are making up in the tower.
I talked to some of those people. I felt it.
What did they tell you?
I felt their pain.
They feel the weight of the world on their shoulders?
Of course they do. Of course they do.
As air traffic control shoulders the burden and stress, the Department of Transportation and Congress are feeling the pressure on damage control to fix the system and reassure the public.
I do want to stress, our airways are safe.
Representative Sam Graves, who chairs the House Transportation Committee, is trying to make them even safer, shepherding a plan through Congress that will fund a massive overhaul of the nation's air traffic control system. The plan, laid out by Transportation Secretary Duffy, would pour billions into new radar, telecommunications, and guidance systems in towers across the country.
Industry is all on board, and labor is completely on board with getting this done. So you've got all of the players out there that are ready to go and ready to get it done. And so that's one of the reasons why it's moving very, very quickly.
Graves has already gotten a $12 billion down payment on the plan passed through the House with some bipartisan help. But there's still a long way to go, not just with Senate approval, but the daunting modernization work itself. The overhaul could take years, with experts concerned about potential reductions in flights that Graves hopes won't be needed.
The analogy is kind of like, trying to change your spark plugs on your car while you're driving down the street. You can't just shut the system down, overhaul it, and then turn it back on again. We have to continue to operate.
And have air traffic controllers at the ready. Although the current plan does include funding to recruit and train controllers, many worry it's not enough to fill staffing shortfalls. And the preparation needed to handle traffic in the tower doesn't happen overnight.
United 27 Academy Tower, hold short traffic landing.
Matt Schofield knows that better than anyone. Back at Nashua Community College, he gave us just a quick lesson of what life is really like at the mock controls.
Runway.
28 right.
28 right. Clear for takeoff.
There you go.
It's stressful even when the stakes are non-existent. That's why Schofield says it's critical students get years of training, settling into every possible scenario they could see, learning to protect the flying public through basic instinct.
It's personal.
Absolutely. It should be. You have the lives of hundreds of people in your hands and millions of dollars in aircraft at any given time. We want to teach the next generation to be better than us, to keep us all safe.